Good morning, class 11th. Welcome to the class. Hope you all are doing fine and keeping well in terms of health. Everybody at your home is doing good and life is going smoothly. So my dear students, in today's class that I had told you earlier, we will be looking into this chapter, very interesting chapter, and I would not call it as a chapter or as a story or as prose, but basically it is looking into the reality of what is happening around us. It is looking into the facts and it is looking into ourselves also and introspecting as to how we are dealing with the planet, and apparently how is the planet responding to the activities that mankind is heedlessly getting himself into. So the name of the chapter says it all. It is The Ailing Planet, the Green Movement's Role. Now this particular chapter, The Ailing Planet, was originally an article written by the author Naini Palkhiwala, and it was published in the Indian Express on the 24th of November in the year 1994. So it's an article. So it's an excerpt that has been taken out from that article. So we should know a little bit about your author first. So Naini Palkhiwala was born in the year 1920 in a middle class Parsi family in Bombay. And he was educated at Master's Tutorial High School, and thereafter for his higher education he went to St. Xavier's College. And because he was in love with literature, he did his master's in English literature. So in this particular article, I would say, which was written by Naini Palkhiwala, he focuses on the factors of the declining health of the planet. So he takes us back to the time of 1972, when the green movement started and when there was a need of the green movement to start. If you look at the title of the chapter, it says Ailing Planet. So here the focus of the writer is definitely and clearly towards the declining health of the planet. And the planet out here has been, personified as a patient. So a patient who is in declining health, and it's all because of the activities of mankind that the planet is suffering. So there are 3-4 things that Naini Palkhiwala is going to draw your attention while you are going through this article. So one, we will come to know about the green movement, which was started in 1972. We will look into the disastrous effects of the overpopulation taking place all over the world. The more number of people, the more consumption, the more depletion of natural resources, and apparently we are taking more than giving back. Fine. Then deforestation, another very, very important factor. And most importantly in the end, that what is the responsibility of humans towards the environment. See children, today we talk about a lot of things. Don't use polythene, don't do this, don't do that, don't cut trees, etc., etc. But then man has been so selfish in his own pursuits that he just forgot to think about Mother Nature. And today, when the whole world is in this pandemic of COVID-19, the geologists and the people who are experts of nature, who are looking into the biodiversity, they are saying that finally when man was made to sit at home, the planet has been able to breathe. The animals have been able to breathe, and there is so much of betterment that has taken place on this planet only when man was forcibly pushed to sit inside in his home. But that's what the reality is. So now in this chapter, the writer, he talks about sustainable development. He talks about the fact that you cannot just keep taking things from the planet and not give things in return. And he talks about every human being to take the responsibility of replenishing whatever we are extracting from the planet in terms of natural resources, minerals, fuels, etc., etc. So he looks into the 4 biological principles of the planet. He will tell us about why it is important for us and everybody, and how, the Brand Commission came up with so many reports about the declining health of the planet, and how the green movement, which started in 1972, could never look back. So it's an entire article, and again, your focus should be on the title, that is the ailing planet. A planet that is in pain, a planet that is in declining health. So what has made the planet to ail? What is the sufferings of the planet? Who is responsible behind the suffering of whatever the planet is suffering with? And apparently, in the end, what are the steps that are very important to be taken by you and me and all of us together to save the planet? So a very correct time to have picked up this chapter and this article particularly, so that you can relate to what all is happening around. I'm sure you must have seen so many articles and pieces of news wherein so many animals have surfaced, which were not otherwise known to people, or which were not coming out, only because man is at home. So our activities are responsible for the declining health of the planet. So the Ailing Planet, the Green Movement's Role by Naini Palkhiwala is going to be about the planet, about the green movement, about the effects of deforestation, overpopulation, and also about self-introspection, that we are not the owners of the planet. We have borrowed this planet from our future generations. We are supposed to give them back. What will you leave for your children if you do not start being smart and you do not start thinking in a sustainable way, wherein man, animal, environment, nature, everybody coexists peacefully? So a lot of introspection is required here. So keep a pencil in hand, and with the mind open to what is happening around right now, and also, of course, very aware students you all are. All these problems that have occurred because of the excess usage of plastic, because of deforestation, because of releasing the chemical waste without treating it into the natural rivers and streams of water. So all these things we are pretty aware of, right? So now all we are doing is correlating our preconceived knowledge, our existing knowledge, with what Naini Palkhiwala wrote in his article in the year 94. So let's not waste time and join me as I give you the detailed line-wise explanation of the chapter. Take care.